I go up with mine?
We give our thanks to Stony Brook Medicine. They are the presenting sponsor. Thank you so much. And you've seen everything that they do. And we hear about it all the time, and we do not take it for granted. Thank you, and thank you for your support. But I also would like to thank and bring up a representative of Eli Construction, which is the sponsor of this specific event. Ron, are you here? Ron Gomez, come on up. Eli Construction is one of the foremost construction organizations in the region, not just in this area, but the whole region. Eli, thank you very much. Eli, Ron, tell us about Eli Construction and what you do.
Okay, first of all, thank you guys for coming in spite of this weather. We're gonna do this. So we are a full construction company specialized in exterior renovation, like roofing, siding, trim, windows, framing, all the fun stuff.
All right, very good. And your region is not just hyper local. Where do you service? What areas do you service?
Okay, we focus on the north and south part of Long Island, so everywhere from Mattituck to Greenport.
Very nice. I actually represent a lot of in PR, a lot of real estate firms, and what he does, the exterior envelope. That's what we call it, right? The exterior envelope. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for sponsoring this contest. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Gomez with Eli Construction. Okay, folks, let me just give you a sense of what's going to happen. I'm going to do the big intro right now. That's going to be a goosebump producing introduction. Then we're going to meet the eaters. Then we're going to eat strawberry shortcake, and you're going to leave here a different person. Not a dramatically different person, just a very slightly different person, because you are going to watch history and you're going to know it. Okay? It's time for the big intro. There's a lot of buildup. Lots of buildup. They say that competitive eating is the battleground upon which God and Lucifer wage war for men's souls, my friends, and they are right. For this is a battle of the ages, a battle of the titans, the early gods who came to Earth only once, in only one location, and that is here in Mattituck, Long Island, for only one purpose, and that is the World Strawberry Shortcake Eating Championship of the world. We arrive at our destination by the sum of all our paths and the unswerving punctuality of chance. So it is, and so it always shall be. Let the contest begin! Shake it off. Let it go, because we are going on a journey, an emotional journey. Do not get tight. Get loose. Get loose. Let it flow over you like the hurricane. Emotional journey. Okay, it's time to meet the eaters. To promote the elasticity of his stomach, he drinks each day a tonic comprised of a quail egg, cayenne pepper, the tears of an orphan, and the juice of one lemon. And you can see the results listed on his LinkedIn page, my friends, including the 4-time Zeppeli Eating Championship of Pennsylvania. Let me hear it for the great Jimmy Purificato. Jim is a newcomer to the sport. Between weekly meal prep, mindfulness training, and self-care, he barely has time to write in his gratitude journal. But when he does, he is thankful he was born with an abnormally large esophagus that runs from his pie hole to his gut like a sewer pipe. No one can swallow faster than this man, ladies and gentlemen. From Brooklyn, a pizza-eating champion, the great Jamal Hill. It is said she comes from a planet with 100 moons that circles a star of pure diamond, and that when you look into the night sky, you will see her image reflected endlessly in the crystal beads of heaven. I'm not sure that's true. I think she's from Astoria. Ladies and gentlemen, an 8-year eating veteran who's been here on this stage, who's been in Coney Island. Let me hear it for the great Prudence DiBenedetto. After a decade of trial and error, she finally perfected her vegan chili recipe with the simple addition of pork shoulder, beef shank, and ground chuck. Ladies and gentlemen, from Ashburnham, Massachusetts, let's hear it for the great Matt Stefanillo. Fierce, angel, elegant fury, breathtaking queen. She is the ruler of 4 kingdoms, of earth, of fire, of water, of air. And she comes from a time when humans, like words, lived in the sky before we were pulled down to the earth by gravity. And she is also the number 48 ranked eater in the world. From Astoria, Queens, Julie Goldberg! You skip to Mists of Time. Words and music. He was first seen standing at the edge of the shore between the ancient marks of the high and low tide, a place that is neither land nor sea. And as the blue light of morning filtered through the darkness, it revealed a man who has been to the beyond and who has returned with the secrets of life and death. For he was buried alive under 60 cubic feet of popcorn, and he ate his way out to survival, which is why he is called the David Blaine of the bowel, the Evel Knievel of the alimentary canal, the Houdini of Cuisine, Crazy Legs Cook Day! Former oyster-eating champion of the world, a 22-year veteran of the sport, ladies and gentlemen. $32 hot dogs and buns, 45 donuts, 12.5 pounds of strawberry shortcake. Ladies and gentlemen, from London, England, ranked number 16 in the world, the great Max Stanford. We must describe the dark by what is darker still. The ink of night distilled into the oil of evil. Darkness hidden within darkness, detectable only by scent of the carcass, of the ulcer, of the rancid flesh of damnation. He is that darkness, ladies and gentlemen. Child of the abomination, messenger of the beast, who eats with the forked tongue. Who eats with the forked tongue, ladies and gentlemen. With the yellow teeth of the deceiver, and he will not stop until the serpent sits on the throne of St. Peter. You know him as George Jigger. I know him as the Red Horse of Death. He is a man so evil, they put him in prison in hell. Hell prison! 52 ears of corn, 34 hot dogs and buns, 14.5 pounds of strawberry shortcake, ranked number 10 in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion of Canada, Darian Thomas. His very first words as a baby were huevos rancheros. And he's from Canada, ladies and gentlemen. It's just inbred in his mind. He is the warrior king who stands where the land meets the horizon, steadfast and unshakable. A force from beyond upon whose shoulders God has arranged the flesh of an archangel, that being born to battle, and he will not stop until he wins. Ladies and gentlemen, ranked number 6 in the world, from Tampa, Florida, let me hear it for Nick Warwick! Ranked number 4 in the world. Ranked number 1 in the Southern Hemisphere. Hailing from Sydney, Australia, ladies and gentlemen. 53 sausages, 70 donuts, 13 pounds of fudge, 278 wings, and 52 hot dogs and buns. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for James Webb. There are 10 commandments, 9 lives, 8 ways to Sunday, 7 seas, 6 senses, 5 fingers, 4 corners, 3 musketeers, and 2 sides to every story. But there is only one Jeffrey Esper. There is only one strawberry shortcake eating champion of the world, and he comes to the stage now. Let me hear it for the number 3 ranked eater in the world, Jeffrey Esper! Ladies and gentlemen, we had some confusion backstage, and I forgot to introduce this man, a great rising rookie. I wouldn't call him a rookie, a rising champion in our league. From Telford, Pennsylvania, a veteran of the sport, a journeyman on his way to the top of the rankings, the great Josh Crady. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an 8-minute all-you-can-eat eating contest. I'm just going to sneak in here. This is the bowl that you can kind of see there. It's absolutely delicious. 1 pound each bowl. The eaters must consume the entire bowl. The judges will make deductions if there's anything left, even whipped cream. There will be a deduction. They will eat cleanly, and they will not have stuff on the floor. Otherwise, once again, a deduction. We have a whole team of judges here. You're looking at some of the greatest eaters in the world. The great Nick Werry, Jeffrey Esper, James Webb, Darian Thomas, George Chigger, the red horse of death. He's pure evil, ladies and gentlemen. Pure evil. Crazy Legs Conti and the rest. Okay. Is everyone ready? It is go time. It is go time. It is go, no go, lock and load, love them and leave them, smoke them if you got them, see what you see and see on the other side. Time. Count it down with me from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Already more strawberry shortcake is coming into Jeffrey Esper, the reigning champion. He is a science and physics teacher in Massachusetts, the champion of that state, ranked number 3 in the world. He has been all over the United States eating, and he has a slew of victories. George Chigger, 6 feet 6 inches tall, 360 pounds. 1 pound for every degree in a full circle that begins at his belly button and ends at his belly button. Also from Pennsylvania, Long Pond, Pennsylvania, a great eater out on the circuit for 7 years. James Webb, right here, a relative newcomer to our sport from the great city of Sydney, Australia. And as I said, the #1 ranked eater in the Southern Hemisphere, #4 worldwide. And he is looking to take this title home. Purificato down here at the end, already finishing his 3rd pound. And I'm going to come up here. George Chigger eating a little bit messy. It's red everywhere like a jackal over his kill on the Serengeti of hell. Right here. The cream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. George Chigger is not eating cleanly. There may be a deduction there, but he's on his 7th pound. While Darian Thomas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on his 7th pound. And look at this, what a gentleman. He's eating, but he has a bowl under where he's eating so that it falls into the bowl and not on the table. What a gentleman. That is what I'm talking about. I've seen them wipe their mouth on their sleeve, and I tell you, as a parent, it makes me very proud. It appears to me that right now, James Webb is on his 10th pound of strawberry shortcake and eating very cleanly, but not as cleanly. Oh, yes, they're right along as Jeffrey Esper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jeffrey Esper also on 10. They are dead tied right now. James Webb of Australia, Jeffrey Esper of Massachusetts, a dead tie right now. Right now, Nick Werry ahead on his 12th bowl. I have not looked at the debris, the detritus, but right now, Nick Werry is leading in this strawberry contest. Max Stanford is going to have to clean up some of that stuff on the table and in the bowls. There's going to be a deduction there. Julie Goldberg on her 4th pound. Josh Crady on his 6th pound. Max Stanford on 8. Oh, and now Nick Werry dancing. That's when I know he's in the rhythm. When he starts moving that, it not only releases the nervous energy, but it settles the food in the stomach, sometimes releasing a burp and allowing more room for food. Nick Werry right now in the lead, but right behind him is Jeffrey Esper and James Webb. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 pounds, 15 pounds, 15 pounds. The top 3 right now are tied at 15. I believe that Jeffrey Esper has about 1/4 of a pound of strawberry shortcake ahead of the other 2. This is going back and forth. I have never seen it so close. I urge the eaters to clean everything on the table and in your bowls, because we will leave it to the judges if not. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes now. George Chigger on his 8th pound. Darian Thomas on his 11th pound. Crazy Legs Conti on 6. Jimmy Purificato on 5, ladies and gentlemen. And we are coming down to the wire now. And look at Jeffrey Esper. Look at him. He's got the bowl right next to his mouth, so there is no need to slow down to get it into his mouth. He's shoveling it in. It's absolutely beautiful to watch. It's a kind of physical poetry. It reminds me of the dance. One minute and 8 seconds now, ladies and gentlemen. 67 seconds now. We're coming down to the wire. Their ancestors stand on the shores of time, looking down the wire-white highway of history. Jeffrey Esper, pick up that stuff on the table. James Webb, there is sauce on the table. Clean that up. We're going to have to do a deduction. 40 seconds now. 40 seconds, and we're down to the end of this year's running of the Strawberry Shortcake. We are approaching some very big numbers here. The cold weather actually slows them down just a little bit, tightens them up, tightens up that Strawberry Shortcake. 22 seconds now, 22 seconds. We are coming down to the wire. Jeffrey Esper, now Jeffrey Esper cleaning up the table, scooped it into the bowl. And ladies and gentlemen, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put down your Strawberry Shortcake. Oh my glory. Oh my glory. It is an explosion of pink up here. The strawberries have mixed with the whipped cream, and it is everywhere. All right, what I would urge is for each eater to step back from their plate area and stay and watch. The judges are going to look. Just step back 2 paces, and any sort of comments that you might have on the judging, we're going to give you the numbers. You can discuss it with the judge at that point only. And let me just get... All right. You can see how difficult this is. The unenviable job of the chairman of Major League Eating, myself, the world body that governs all stomach-centric sports, elbow deep in the remains of this event. So some amazing results here, my friends. Let's get to those now. In third place, the number 6 ranked eater in the world, the great Nick Werry, ladies and gentlemen, with 18 pounds. Look at we work out together a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I've got the Bowflex at home right there in the bedroom. 18 pounds of strawberry shortcake in third. And look at the belly, distended like an anaconda that has just eaten a pig, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Werry from Tampa, Florida, one of the greatest eaters in the world, without any question. However, it's very, very close. I would ask James Webb and Jeffrey Esper to come up. Ladies and gentlemen, very, very difficult, back and forth. But we have Ron Gomez of Eli Construction here, the sponsor of this contest, to tell us who won. Ladies and gentlemen, one of these eaters consumed 19 pounds of strawberry shortcake, and the other eater consumed 22 1/3 pounds. Now imagine that, 22 1/3 pounds. It's just good common sense, because it leaves so much time in the rest of the day to do other things than not eat. It only took him 8 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, with 22 1/3 pounds of strawberry shortcake to win the World Strawberry Shortcake Eating Championship here at the Strawberry Festival in Mattituck is the great Jeffrey Esper! And here comes the belt. Jeffrey Esper, he's got the strawberry belt right now. Hold that up so they can see. Look at that. There is the Strawberry Shortcake Eating Championship belt. Jeffrey Esper, the number 3 ranked eater in the world. Jeffrey, I saw Nick go out so quick, I didn't know if he was going to get up, jump on everybody and be unbeatable, but you seemed to come back about 2/3 of the way through the contest. How did it feel?
I kept an eye on both Nick and James throughout the contest, and I knew I had the bigger tank, so I was just going to wait for him to slow down. And when I saw that, I knew that was my chance to pull ahead.
Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate one more time Jeffrey Esper and all the eaters. James Webb in second, Nick Werry in third. We had some newcomers, Josh Crady, an amazing performance, George Chigger, an evil man but a great eater. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the World Strawberry Shortcake Eating Championship and the Lions Club and Mattituck and Strawberries Worldwide, thank you very much for coming. I am George Shea. We will see you next year. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.